Hello everyone, Jared from Aloha Plumbing. Just doing a quick video talking about water heaters and the connections that feed cold water to it and hot water out of it. A lot of times those develop pinholes or you need to just replace them. A couple of options. I don't really recommend the apparatus I'm about to show you for permanency, although it's legal and you can use it. I would recommend having a plumber take a look at it. But if you need to replace a supply line to your water heater, a good option is this right here. So it's got a shark bite, a ball valve, and it's got a threaded female fitting on this end to go to the water heater. Up there, see that gray handle? It's an old gate valve. It's not working. It will not turn off. And I need to isolate this water heater. I need to turn the water off. But if you had a pinhole in it, this would be a good solution to the problem. So here's what we're gonna do. We've got the gate valve, we've got copper coming out of the wall, and this line goes down into the water heater. So I'm just gonna cut this off, clean it, deburr it, and then we'll put that shark bite fitting on. I'll show you what that looks like. But we just need to cut off right behind this, all this solder. You want a clean cut, you want a clean piece of pipe to get a hold of. So we'll need to turn the water off to the house, unthread it from the top of the heater here, and then we're going to cut it right back behind there. Now, I'm kind of highfalutin and fancy. I have this tool right here that's going to cut the copper, but you can use a wheel cutter or hacksaw to cut that pipe. Just be sure that you clean it and you make sure it's square. That's what's important. So as you can see, cut the copper up there. I've got the flex off. Here it is in my hand. I cut behind this valve. One step that a lot of people skip, whenever you cut copper with a wheel cutter, if you look inside this copper, there's an edge inside of the copper. Leaves an edge. You need to deburr that. Now this is a tool for doing that. I would strongly recommend that every time you cut copper, you deburr the copper. Let me show you how that's done. So you take the deburring tool and you run it around the inside of here until you can run your finger in here and it's smooth, like there's no edge. So I deburred the copper. If you can see that, it's nice and clean. The little piece of burr here that I cut out, that's what's left over. That's trash. But if you run your finger in here, it's nice and smooth on this outer edge. There's nothing, or inner edge, right at the outer part of the cut. Very important. You always want to do that. So we've deburred. Now I've sanded it. I used a piece of sand cloth. This is a sand cloth. I've sanded the fitting down. You just want to sand that until it's nice and clean. Now remember, this is the trash piece, so we're talking about that one up there. I'm just showing you what I'm going to do to that one up there in my hand here because it's easier. Now the last step before you install a shark bite fitting, this little tool right here is a clearance tool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this tool on here and then I'm going to make a mark at the edge of that right there. I'll mark that. It's going to let me know when I have properly installed this fitting, because this fitting just pushes on to here, and you want to make sure that you get it all the way on, right? It goes all the way inside of here and seats. Very important. I'll show you the finished product here in a minute when I get it on. So as you can see, I have my valve on. I made my mark, and so this little yellow tab here should push right up to that black mark. You know you've got it on, seated and complete. Come down here, hook it up to the water heater, tighten it up, turn off your valve and test for leaks. And that's how you replace a supply line to the water heater. And they sell the same one for the hot side. It just won't have a ball valve on it unless you want a valve. You don't really need one. That's my tip for the day. Remember, if you can't do it yourself, give us a call. Aloha.